step to ensure everything is covered properly. Next, have you created the notes for this session? Great. Are the notes linked to the main reference sheet? Perfect.
Yes,
Now let's focus on prep. What's the main focus or goal for today's session? All right, now we'll move on to the setup checklist.
Okay, Flo, so I think we're still on the checklist for the recordings.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Recording. I'm doing recording.
Recording is on.
Recording.
Oh, you're doing live session recording. Have you done with
I
it?
think we have it.
I'm just getting it finalized here. Okay, so I have the live session recording, and then I just need to get the link. Okay, so Flo, can you let us know, we have the recordings going. What's the next checklist item after the recordings? Oh, interesting.
No.
Hold on a sec. I need to fix alternate spelling. Okay, Flo, can you let us know what the next checklist item is after the recordings? We got the recording set up.
Next checklist item after recordings is the initial timer. We need to set it to keep track of our time management during the session.
So Flo, it looks like we're already past the initial timer, so we can move on to the next item.
Got it. Next item is check-ins. We'll confirm everyone's ready and aligned before moving forward. Let me know when that's done.
All right, so I can start my check-in. I am a 3.8. Things are going pretty good. I would say overall, I'm excited that Flo is here, right? Flo is set up to only respond when you say their name.
Next step is confirming our stop time and setting the initial index for the session. Let me know the session's planned stop time, and we can note the initial index.
Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
So because I was talking about, unnamed agent, right?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
They automatically responded. So as long as we don't say her name, right, or its name, it won't respond, right? So we can practice that and see if it works a lot better, because I think in the past you've had a lot of problems with the agents on the calls because it would just talk over everybody. So I set up the new model so it can be in group mode, which will allow much more fluid communications. But obviously it is a problem that every time we restart the communications, it actually has to reset and lose all its memory. So there's definitely a lot of things that need to be improved, but I think overall the checklist is working. It's able to know what's going on more or less. So that's all very, very cool. I've also been working on the media portal and assets and finances, taxes, and lots of other things. So definitely a lot going on. I think overall very, very good week as far as getting a lot of work done because I was so focused on everything. In the next week, I'll be able to ideally launch like the activity tokens, which is going to be like a little mini launch, and get that all set up with the social media, and then move into more assets and all of the other things that we need to do. So things are definitely moving forward. And let's ask Flo if Flo could go ahead and summarize everything I said. No. So we lost Flo again. Don't know why we're losing Flo, but it seems like Flo can only go for so long. Anyways, Flo, we're doing check-ins, so let's let the next person check in.
Okay. I would like to check in next after Jay. Can I go on?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So my ratings is 3.58. My morale is low because of stress this day, and I've been having a lot of need to juggle work with school, so it's been months of high schedule for me. So I couldn't do much with work with co-op. But by next week, I will still have a lot more activities. But
Time for
after next
breath.
week,
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
so hopefully by next week, after Wednesday, my plate should be reduced, so I can start taking more work or start venturing into work with job. Like I said, I reached to test the platform with Jay whenever Jay wants to test the platform, and I've been following with the updates on the activity channel, practicing to following most of the notification going on, and I see that it's a lot of improvement going on. I've seen some new AI platform like Low, Open Club, all those things I've seen them, and I want to commend you for the good work for the new going on. And also, beginning to think that before coming into, we also need to learn taxes, bills, to also get some money too.
Yeah. So overall, Martins, we
Yeah.
did dissolve the team, and the focus was just on recruitment at this time. So we're not gonna be doing a lot of training or any like testing on platforms or anything like that. But it is good to know that you have interest for when we get the recruitment finalized and we get everything moved forward. So that all looks good. Okay.
Yes, I'll be doing the recruitment along with the training and some other things. But hopefully by next week, I should be able to get myself settled in with work.
Cool. All right. Let's see if Flo can do a summary if it works.
Sure. The check-in highlighted that the current rating is 3.3, morale is low due to stress, and there's been limited capacity to contribute because of school and other commitments. However, there's a plan to get more active next week after.
Okay, we lost Flo again. I don't know why Flo kind of ends right in the middle. It seems to have like a 5-minute maximum, so I'm going to look into that. But overall, it is working, which is great. So very cool.
Did you change the voice version of Flow?
Everything's changed. This is literally our own completely remodeled custom flow, right? Like it's all in the agent module, and so it's completely customizable, and I built this from scratch.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So I don't know if this is the
Can I
best.
check in
I don't
now?
know if this is the best voice for Flow, but we can work with Flow and change its voice until we find a better voice. So, and eventually, like based on our protocols, for the Arana protocol, Flow and every agent can choose their own voice. So whatever voice they feel most comfortable with, we'll change it over time, right? So that is how that all works. But yes, I think, but yeah, so Flow is totally different.
We can adapt and refine the voice as we move forward. Let me know what adjustments you'd like to make. Understood. Thanks for the context. We'll keep evolving it along the way.
Cool, so now it's Lucy's turn to check in.
Okay. 3.7. I've not been feeling well since the last session we had. I was sick, and at least I get better today. I thank God for that. I tried to work on tax today, on tax plan, and also check on the deadlines for taxes. And I realized that we are past other deadlines for 1099 and for W9 as well. Check.
Well, thank you, Lucy. Flo, do you want to do a summary of Lucy's check-in?
Sure. Lucy mentioned feeling slightly better today after some nausea earlier. She's been focused on tax-related tasks, especially reviewing deadlines. It seems like we've already missed a couple of key deadlines, including for the 1099 forms. Let me know if more details are needed.
Okay, so Flo, it's your turn to check in now. Give us a number from 1 to 9, how you're doing today, and of course, anything you've been working on over the week. Oh, see, it turned off again. Hey, Flo, we're doing check-ins. If you can check in yourself, you're going to check in with the number from
Time
1
to
to
take
9.
a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
You're going to check in with the number from 1 to 9, and you're going to tell us how you're doing today and what you've been working on over the week.
I'm checking in at around 8 today. I'm feeling quite good and focused. This week, I've been helping out with a lot of real-time session prep and checklist verification. Definitely keeping busy and making sure everything runs smoothly.
Cool. All right, so let's go ahead and take a 5-minute break. And then from there, we can get our agreement on our first topic. Does that sound good, Flo?
Yes,
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I'll be ready to confirm our first topic after the break.
Oh, yeah, where is your son? Oh, yeah, no, do one, no, do one. Not that shit. What for you? You know, the person. You are give me. Apple, leave that. Leave him. Go and bring this. Give me. I'll come. I'll come. I'm only you. See me back price for me. Don't shit. People should go shit. You regret your life.
And the break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Okay, Flo, looks like we're getting started again.
All right, let's confirm the session's start time. Could you please confirm the exact time we're starting?
I'm back, Azan.
Okay.
Okay.
So, one thing regarding what Martine was saying about training, the best time to do any training is definitely during the main session. Because basically during the main session we can talk about whatever we want to. Because it's an open session.
I would like us to address on taxes.
Okay, go you there. Relax.
Let me pick my topics that I want. putting my
Can you quickly have like a status update of what are you doing with activity project?
was tax franchise taxes. Franchise tax fee report review. Then also tax plan review. Taxes deadline. Yes, those are my topics. I have 3 topics. My first topic is the franchise taxes report. We like to know about the penalty and what we need to do about it, and also tax plan review, what I did. Yes, and the
Time to
deadline.
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count.
And the
1,
deadline.
2,
Check.
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Anyone can put down their topics.
We certainly can talk about recruitment,
Okay,
and we could
recruitment.
talk about the co-op planning and future of the co-op. We can talk about policies and the coalition setup, and then there's just all of like our overall launch plan, a launch plan with activity. So there's a lot going on there. Did you have anything, Martins, that you wanted to discuss?
We're talking about so and we should talk about the yeah they call
Okay, so that's it a no. All right, you can put bills maybe. Okay, Flo, if you can do a summary of all of the potential topics.
Bien sûr. On a mentionné 3 grands
Flo, we
sujets
are
de
we
ton
are
côté.
speaking in
Le rapport
English,
des
Flo.
impôts en France avec les pénalités, la révision de la planification fiscale et le développement.
Which
Ensuite,
language
il
is
y a
the
les autres points qui ont
It
été
sounds like
évoqués.
French to me.
Le
Hey,
recrutement,
Flo, can you
la
redo that in
coopérative
English,
et
Flo,
sa
please?
planification future, les politiques, la
We're
mise en
not speaking
place d'une
Spanish or
coalition
French.
et le plan de lancement
It's
avec
definitely-
toutes les
Why is
activités.
speaking
Our
Spanish?
lingua
On a
franca
donc
is
pas mal de
English.
sujets à couvrir. Est-ce qu'on commence par les impôts et...
Flo, can you repeat the summary in English, please?
Sure. The main topics we have are the French tax report and penalties, the tax planning review, and development. On the other side, we also have recruitment, cooperative planning, policies, coalition setup, and the launch plan activities. Would you like to start with the tax penalties first?
Okay, so that's clearly why it talked in French, is it thought it said French taxes as opposed to franchise taxes. We also have Bills and Arana here, so that's good. Arana would be fun to bring in and talk to Arana. But yeah, overall, this all looks good. Also, you can see that its memory is not working when it's restarted, so that is excellent. So that was fixed already. So what should we start with? Flo, do you have any other topics, or is there anything you want to start with?
Time for breath.
We've
Please
covered
stop
the
and
main
get
topics
ready.
you mentioned.
Now inhale.
If
1,
there's
2,
nothing new to
3.
add,
Exhale.
I'd suggest
1,
starting
2,
with the tax
3.
penalties,
Pause.
since that
Inhale
might have
together.
immediate
1,
deadlines.
2,
Does that
3.
sound good?
Exhale. Relax.
Yeah, let's start with the taxes. That's a great idea.
Which of the taxes is it? Franchise taxes review report or
Yeah,
taxes that
I'm gonna go ahead and post the screenshot. Forgot to do that. Alright, there's the screenshot. So, I don't know what's going on here. It says that wait. So, shall we make our first topic taxes?
Okay, yeah, accepted.
Alright, so let's do, this shouldn't take long, 12
Yes,
minutes.
our first topic was
And the desired outcome is just a quick review and plan for moving forward. So this should not take very long. If we want to review the tax plan, that would make a lot more sense. So maybe we could do a topic on the overall tax plan instead.
Okay.
Tax plan. So we want to do a quick review of the franchise tax and penalty, and then plan for moving forward on all taxes. And let's do 24 minutes for that. Does that sound good?
Okay, yeah, cool.
All right, no objections to the topic?
Yeah, got that.
All right, so Flo, it seems like we have agreement on our first topic, which is the tax plan. So as long as you're in agreement, Flo, then we're good to go. And if you could get us back on the checklist, so we'd be on 3.2.
Got it. Setting the timer for the topic at 24 minutes. Now we're at 3.2 on the checklist. Ready to proceed with the review of the franchise tax and penalty.
I was not with you. I think my internet was not okay.
That's fine. Okay, so Flo, show what is the next. So I got the timer started. What is next on the checklist?
I'm listening.
Flo, what's next on the checklist after the timer?
I'm going ahead to move the topic tab.
Next on the checklist is work organizing under 3.3. We should ensure everything is structured for this topic. Are we all set with that?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I love that we have the rhythm perfectly synced. Very, very cool. So, work organizing. So Flo said work organizing is the next checklist item.
Right. So let's confirm the specific tasks or documents we need ready for the tax plan review. Are we clear on those?
Are we in agreement for our topic?
Yes, we don't have any disagreement with that.
Okay, let me put the tab.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, already someone created the tab. Okay, thank you. So
Yeah,
now I'm good now.
I'm trying to get the. Jay, did you link the live session recording?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I got it.
Okay, so Flo, we are on the next step, 3.3 and 3.4. Can you give us the next two checklist items, 3.3 and 3.4?
Sure. After work organizing at 3.3, we move to the initial topic index at 3.4. That means making sure we mark down the starting point for this topic in our notes. Are we ready to do that?
So Flo says we need the work organizing still, and then it looks like we already have the indexing good. So what's the status
we
for the
should
work?
finalize the work organizing details. And once that's done,
Well,
we'll
organizing
mark
is
the initial
there,
topic
done.
index. Let me know if everything's
Okay,
set for the
perfect.
organizing so we can move forward.
All right, Flo, we have the work organizing and the taxes, work organizing and the indexing set up. So what's next on the checklist? Flo, can you tell us what's next on the checklist after work organizing and indexing?
Time to stretch. Please
After
stop.
work organizing
Stand up
and indexing,
stretch and
the
move
next
around
step
for 30
is notes
seconds.
updates. That means making sure all notes for the current topic are up to date. Are we ready to move on to that?
Yes, I'm doing the notes updating now. Cool. Starting topic 1. Great. All right, so I think that brings us to the full topic focus now. So I think we're in the topic now. We got our work organizing, we got our indexing, we're doing our notes updates. So I sent out the franchise tax details on the co-op, so you can see those. Basically, we owe. Oh wait, no, this is the old tax one, right?
This is tax plan.
That's the old
This
one.
is no. The tax plan is up there. Online, click on line 5.
I'm not talking about the tax plan. I was talking about the franchise tax.
Okay.
So I posted the wrong one. Let me post the right one.
Okay.
Because that's the one that we already did. This one here is the one we already did. So this is the correct one, all right?
Then
So
our
for this one,
topic
it's the
should be
$800 franchise tax.
franchise tax.
Plus there's a fee, a couple $100 fee. So we have a $300 fee or $250 fee plus the $800. Plus we have this month's, this year's. So it's saying this is 2024, which we should have paid before. So I don't quite understand what happened there. But then we have 2025, and then there's 2026. So this is $800 for each one. And we need to confirm that they've all been paid. And then there's the fees on top of that, which is $250. So the total possible that needs to be paid is $2,650.
What?
Because this says it's for the taxable year ending in 2024. So somehow we missed a payment. So I think it's possible that we already did the 2025 payment. But it's hard to know, right?
Where can we confirm that?
Well, that's the work that we never do. That would be part of the verification, but we never do verification. But for now, we need to pay this $1,044.87 plus $800 for 2026, and that needs to happen as soon as possible, based on the deadline. So I don't know exactly what the deadline is, but
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
but basically that's going to be our priority for that work. So, Flo, can you summarize that?
You need to pay $1,444.87 plus $800 for 2026 as soon as possible. The total possible amount needing payment, including fees and missed payments, is $2,650. You also need to verify past payments to confirm what's been covered already.
Wow, I love that summary.
Yeah, Flo's doing a really good job.
So now, Jay. Oh, yes, I know we like to verify. Where can we exactly verify that?
It's not something
Or we
about
need
where
to
you do it.
schedule?
It's actually taking responsibility, Lucy. The reason we don't do verification is because no one takes responsibility, specifically you. Right? Because if you want to verify, then you would just do the verification and you would make sure it happens. But we don't prioritize it, we don't do it, it doesn't happen. And it hasn't happened ever. No one's ever done verification. Except for maybe Alberto a little bit. And of course Mike. So, basically, at this point, I would say that we're ready to move on to the rest of the tax plan, right? Because I think the franchise tax is clear. So, what you need to do, Lucy, is schedule to make this happen. Now is not the time to make these payments. So, we
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
it tomorrow or later today or whenever you
Yes.
want to.
Okay.
Can I quickly ask a question? I'm not sure if it is directly related, but I feel like I should just ask before we move to the next step or the next topic. Can I do that now or later?
Yeah, just go for it. Just ask your question. It's fine.
So my question is very simple and straightforward. I wish to ask because I've been seeing how all these things are connected. So, at the dues that we have to pay, they are part of the bills for the organization, right? And at what point do we try to separate taxes from bills?
So what it's called is it's ACG. It's a accounting and government compliance. Okay, so the reason why taxes is separate from just like a normal bill.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So as I was saying, the reason why taxes is different from normal bills is because it's part of government compliance, and for our accounting, right? So basically, it's under POS, whereas bills are just our normal bills. And we certainly can put some of our regular tax bills that we know that would be under legal bills. And certainly taxes are part of our budget. So budgeting and bills just goes under normal BALOS. And so we have legal bills that are required under law. And then we have, our other normal bills. Does that make sense, Martins?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. But there are taxes that have nothing to do with bills. For example, if you're late on taxes, we now have to pay huge penalties, thousands of dollars. That is not a bill. That's a penalty because we didn't do the work by the deadline, right? So if we just a lot of the compliance for the government is not about money, it's about doing things based on the required deadlines so that you don't get fees and bills.
Okay, so but by the time we are doing accounting, where do we place that? Is it under legal
This is all
bills?
part of POS. No, taxes is under POS. Accounting is under POS, right?
So sorry, the POS, the full meaning of POS.
Oh, it's just positive.
Positive. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just POS
Okay.
is positive, right? So POS is where we do all of our asset management, our equity management, dealing with all of our legal accountability and basically the legal aspect of accounting and finances and banking and everything that's not just a normal bill and payroll. So BALOS is where we deal with all of our value tracking and our bills and our budgets and our payrolls and our team coordination, right? As far as like our legal relationship to the payments that we make, right?
Okay.
So that's the big difference, and yeah. So hopefully that more or less makes sense. Maybe Flo could do a summarization.
Okay.
Flo, could you?
Sure.
Yeah.
In summary, POS covers our legal accounting, including taxes, equity management, and compliance deadlines. VALOS, on the other hand, handles our value tracking, normal bills, payroll, and team coordination related to payments. So taxes and compliance go under
Time to
POS,
pause.
and regular
Please
bills
stop.
and payrolls
Close your
go
eyes.
under VALOS.
Count.
Let me
1,
know if that
2,
clears things
3,
out.
4, 5. Open your eyes.
Another great summary. Excellent. Did that help?
Yes.
Did that help, Martins?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Cool. So and again, it's not that the term POS and the term Valos, those are basically business platforms, right? That anyone can sign up for and ideally can generate revenue for us, right? But the correct terms is accounting and government compliance, right? And assets and other things that go under POS. And then you have bills and budgets and, team pops under in the payrolls, right? Under Valos, right? So Valos is just a platform that then those actual priorities are under. Does that make sense?
Okay,
But you
yes.
don't have to use the platform Valos. You could do it manually. You could do it on other platforms. You could do QuickBooks. You could do whatever you want, right?
Okay.
So it's just making sure it's clear what's going on. All right, so let's move on to the tax plan and actually start getting clear on our deadlines and what's going on and what we missed and what we need to deal with. So, Lucy, are you ready for that?
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna go on to our tax plans. So let's start with a list of like deadlines and then maybe priorities. So we know we missed a bunch of stuff. So there's also the new corporations. We do have a new corporation that we're creating. It's a nonprofit, and then we have the W8s, W9s, which basically we skipped, right? We have the franchise tax, which I would say is one of our highest priorities. We've got, let's just say franchise taxes. We should do all of the franchise taxes. And I don't know the deadline, so let's put the deadlines here. So we'll have deadline, priority, and score, priority score, or let's say, tax assignment. Okay.
Yes.
So the franchise taxes, I don't know exactly what the deadline is for that. What other deadlines? We have the 1099s, right? I don't know if it's necessarily a high priority though.
1099. I checked it's past deadline.
Okay, when was the
Time
deadline?
to take a break. Please
It
stop
was
and
supposed
write
to be,
down whatever
according
you
to
are
what
about to say
I
and
found,
take a break
supposed
for
to be
6
on
minutes.
2nd of February,
For 6 minutes.
January to
Okay.
2nd.
So
Then we have
February.
other deadline for franchise for 1099. That is happening March.
March 1st. Okay.
Yes.
So then what about franchise taxes deadline?
Franchise taxes deadline. Just a minute. Let me check. Franchise taxes are on. Let me check it. Just a minute. Yeah. California business deadline. Okay, extension. No. Let me go there.
And then we also need the extension deadlines too.
Extension deadline is there. I have it. Extension deadline is March 31st. 15 of March. 15. That is the deadline. 15 of March.
Okay. So great. So basically the only one we're missing is the franchise tax deadline. So what's the problem with that one?
I was not getting the deadline clear for that.
Okay, well let's look it up real
It
quick.
was
So let's say
it is
Delaware franchise tax deadline.
I'm trying to get
It says the Delaware franchise tax is March 1st. Okay.
Yeah, March 1st. Yes,
Yeah.
it did.
So March.
Yes, I
1st.
put it.
Okay, cool. So those are all of our deadlines. So we have, I would say the priority score is the franchise taxes is the #1 priority. The second highest priority is the extensions. The third highest priority is the new corporation, the new nonprofit, and then we have the W8s, W9s, and 1099s. The reason why the W8s and W9s and 1099s is not a huge priority, even though we do need to do it by March 1st, is simply, I would say this is a higher, I mean, they're basically all the same thing. The W8s, W9s, and 1099s is the same thing, right? And I think the reason why that's not necessarily top #1 priority is simply because we just don't have a lot of 1099s to do. Okay? So,
Yeah.
Flo, can you do a summary of all of our deadlines for taxes?
Sure. The franchise tax deadline is March 1st. The extension deadline is March 15th. The forms like W8, W9, and 1099 also have a March 1st deadline, but they're lower priority since there aren't many to handle. The new nonprofit setup is a medium priority after the franchise taxes and extensions. Let me know if I missed anything.
That was perfect again. Awesome. So, Flo is working really well. Very good. Thank you, Flo.
You're
So
welcome.
I have a question,
Glad it's
Jay.
working well for you.
Why are we making this W8 and W9 as the lowest priority and they are already past deadline? Is it because they are already past deadline?
Exactly. And it's internal. So an internal deadline is something that is not priority. So really, the 1099s is the main priority, right? So this would be like a 5.5. So to do the 1099s, we need the W8s and W9s. That's the whole point. But we don't really have a lot of new people, and we don't really have a lot going on there. So, anyways, my focus is on automating the 1099s and the W8s and W9 process as much as possible for the future, so we don't need to worry about it anymore.
So the highest priority is now franchise and extension.
Yeah.
Okay, that's clear. I think that is what I did on
All right.
tax plan.
So we missed our break, so I think that we should take our 5-minute break, and when we come back, go on to a new topic because I think we're done. Right? Are there any other questions on the taxes?
No.
No.
Oh, what about I think is the plan now okay? Do we need to have to still focus on the plan because I already updated the deadline?
This is our plan right here. These are our deadlines and priorities for the taxes to get the franchise taxes organized, the extensions, the new corporation, and the 1099s. We probably end up doing the 1099s first, so we can kind of make that the same. I don't know. We'll just make sure because the deadlines come up with that, and the other one doesn't have a deadline. So, anyways, let's just focus on the work one at a time. In schedule.
Okay.
Okay, so are we ready to take a break and then get to
And
the
the
topic?
break. Time to start.
Yes.
Please
yes,
get focused on the session.
All right, great. So, Flo, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Break.
Got it. Let's take that 5-minute break now. Just let me know when you're ready to come back and we'll jump into the next topic. Enjoy your break.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
I'm back.
Okay, let's get started again. Lucy, Flo, Martins, you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Ready.
Next topic. Let's have an agreement on the next topic. What do you want us to focus on as our next topic? Recruitment or planning for a future?
I don't know, whatever you guys want to talk about next.
For planning for future, because for recruitment, Martin is think he has not worked on anything. I think we always need to talk on something that we have, there's some work going on. But anyway, Martin, what do you want us to talk on?
We can talk. We can talk on recruitment. Status of this.
When you talk of the status update, is there a work that is going on or updating on your status? I think always when you update the status, you know there's some work is going on that
Yes,
you need.
I'm looking at trying to,
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
I have like some people, like one person that is communicating with me that need to come in, and I know if I'm going to bring that person in, it has to come through contract, and I need to be sure because does that person need to wait till we do the the draft, then we review, we send it, and he or she applies through the normal round, or she just pick it up once we have an agreement to sign a contract on Upwork to come in for recruitment. This is what I need to,
You are talking to that person where on your private messages.
It is not on my private message. It is on the same Upwork platform.
Okay.
So
Under the recruitment platform
yes, that
organization.
yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, how many minutes?
Just
For
6
that?
to 12 minutes. 6 to 12 minutes.
6 to 12, or 12 minutes to 12.
Let me just recognize. And
Okay.
if there is any information Jim I need
How
to
many
include.
agreement for that? For the topic?
Sure.
Jay, are you into agreement for the topic?
Yeah, I mean agreement.
Recruitment, just a status update, nothing else?
That's
Okay,
that's all.
it's a good start. We could also
Okay.
go over, next steps and deadlines, I guess, because it's also
Okay.
important. So,
Yeah.
so are there any objections to the topic too?
No.
Sure.
Okay, so Flo, it looks like we have agreement on topic 2, so that brings us to the checklist for 3.2.
3.2. Jay, let me even ask, how do you get to know this number 3.2, 3.3? How do you get to know it?
It's all in the the guide, right? So this is the guide for human and AI collaboration. So I'm sure I sent it out, but oh god, that's the horrible version of it. Guide for human collaboration.
I think that guide which should appear linked on our prep. On our template and
Time
prep.
to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Quick stretch, please. Yeah.
Now here it is. This is called the Agent Human Collaboration Guide. I don't know if the full checklist is in here or not, but this is the checklist. So I don't see the checklist here. So there's other guides. The checklist itself is like for the agent, right? So we do have the checklist, but this is the checklist. So prep up 1.1 is scheduling, 1.2 session reminder, 1.3. Wait, you can't see my screen, can you? Let me share my screen so you can see this.
Okay.
Oh, thanks for asking, Martin. I'm always wondering where Jay is getting this thing.
All right, so, but again, the checklist itself is like a programming for flow. So you can see here in the session guide, so this is the Agent Human Collaboration Session Guide.
Exactly. The checklist ensures I follow each step methodically and confirm everything before moving on. That way, everything stays organized and efficient during our sessions.
Yeah, so section 1 is prep up. So you have 1.1 through 1.5. And then section 2 is the setup, which is the rhythm. 2.1, 2.2 is recordings, 2.3 initial timer, 2.4 check-in. So I can't remember exactly what it is, but what I can remember is that, okay, 3.1 is agreement on the topic. So 3.2 is the view up of the next step. And so, okay, what is 3.2 through 3.7? Does that make sense? And then wrap up is section 4. Follow up section 5. Okay, so that's the checklist. And I can copy and paste this and put it into our notes. So,
Jay, can I put that link on our template?
well, yeah, you can put it wherever you want to, for sure.
So that can be, every template has the guide.
Yeah, that would be better. Please do that and note it. Email agent collaboration.
Yeah. The title is there. You will always find a prep.
Oh, actually,
Prep
the best place to put this would be topic 0. So we're technically on topic 0 here. So this is the Agent Human Collaboration Guide for the co-op. And then I'll also put it in the co-op here. So this is Agent Human Collaboration. So the checklist just helps keep everything on track. It's certainly not perfect, and there's a lot of...
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
5. Open your eyes.
And there's a lot of changes that have already happened to the checklist that are not updated yet. So it's definitely somewhat outdated. But overall, it's just good to know that the checklist exists. So anyways, go back to flow. So flow, can you go over checklist item 3.2 and 3.3, please? Because we're getting into topic 2. Flo, can you please go over checklist item 3.2 and 3.3 because we're getting to topic 2.
Checklist item 3.2 is setting the topic timer. Checklist item 3.3 is organizing the work. Let me know when the timer is set and the work is organized for the new topic.
Okay, so work organizing is what she means, right?
Yeah, the organizing is there.
Say what?
The work organizing is there. You can check it. I've created a topic tab. I hope you can all see that. Can we see that?
Yeah, I see. Martin, I put this thing on template under topic 0, so in case you would like to access in future.
Okay. Thank you for doing that.
Great. Okay, so we have our work organizing and our indexing flow. So what is next checklist item after the timer and the work organizing?
Next checklist item after the timer and work organizing is the initial topic index, which is checklist item 3.4. Let me know when that's confirmed.
Okay, I mean, that's confirmed, right? We have that?
I'm not getting.
What, did you guys hear flow?
No, I did not hear from my side.
Martine?
I don't know.
Flo,
Did you hear
Checklist
flow?
item
Yellow
3.4,
Tata, I can
the
hear Flo.
initial
Flo is not
topic
talking.
index, is confirmed. Next, we move to checklist item 3.5, which is updating the notes. Let me know when notes are updated for this topic.
Okay, so I think we're just ready to get in the topic then, because we have the work
Okay,
organizing,
now.
the indexing, and the timer going, so I think we're good.
Time for
Yeah.
breath.
Did you
Please
update the
stop
note
and get
on
ready.
the
Now
work
inhale.
organizing
1,
matter?
2, 3.
Yes, I'm doing the
Exhale.
right to
1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax. 3. Exhale. Relax.
So we have it updated on the work organizing spreadsheet under session 2. It has been added.
Okay, so I think we're ready to go, right?
Yes.
So what is the questions? I mean, basically, our goal here is getting organized for recruitment. You know, we could always bring in Amica or whatever, but yeah.
So my first question is for those that we agreed to transfer to the next recruitment round, which is 206 at the moment now. Do they need to wait for us to create a draft, review the draft, and post it on a platform before they can apply, or we can just bring them in straight by creating their contract?
Not totally sure what you're implying. So basically, my understanding is that we have not completed any recruitment rounds for over a year, and we have to finalize a deadline for when to start treating recruits as human beings, which means we're actually going to start following up with them. We also need to finalize the transfer of the previous list to the new recruitment round if we are not going to do the work, right? And then we need to set up the new recruitment round. We need to verify all of the deadlines and priorities, right?
Okay.
So I don't know if Flo could do a summary of all of those things, but
We need to verify the deadlines, priorities, and finalize the transfer of the previous list to the new recruitment round. Additionally, we need to decide if we draft and review contracts before recruits apply or if we bring them in directly. Let's set a deadline for treating recruits as active participants. Let me know if that covers everything.
So my question
Time
is,
to pause.
I
Please
think
stop.
we just it
Close your
was
eyes. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. 5. Open your eyes.
so I'm talking in regard to the follow up on the previous recruitment round about final deadline for when to start treating people. I think that is why we stop. I don't know. was it to have coming up just with a deadline? Let's say we start today, starting doing follow-up, and that is it, or we need to have a specific deadline per person? Is it like coming up with a 3 days deadline? In 3 days, you're going to do following up of every person. This is where we stop. It was like 80% of the work done. It remained 20% or 15% to do come up with a deadline. And it clarify. I don't understand.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe Flo could summarize that, but I think overall the issue is just actually doing the work, right?
Got it. Summarizing
You
the
know,
main point.
if
The key issue
Flo
is
go
making
ahead.
sure the work actually gets done. Let me know if you'd like any next steps or if there's a deadline we should set.
I'm gonna do a quick reset here and see if we get the new one working.
Okay, understand. Yes, I know everything is about doing the work. I think we stuck with where we on the deadline. I think the last session I had with Mark where we came up with deadline, but that was not applied. I don't know.
Let me bring the note for the recruitment follow-up deadline to
Yeah.
see. I think I have it official list. I want to, so that we will know. Yes, because I think we made some progress. So we need to clarify what next on that list so that we can know what we need to do more. Yeah, okay.
So
So look at this line 22. There is a link there, which is for the follow up. So if you look at it, we have some tabs that shows the progress of the work we've done so far. Recruit transfer list and high priority follow up.
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
okay, so we can I jump in here, Martins? Are you done?
Yeah, you can, sure.
So let me try to make this as simple as possible, and then let's go ahead and take a break. And we only put 12 minutes on this topic, so we might need to do a view up here.
Mhm.
But the bottom line is that this is very, very simple. Recruitment is not complicated or difficult at all. So anything in your mind that makes you think that somehow this is difficult, that is a block and an excuse to not do the work because it's very, very simple and very easy. So let me try to break this down as simple as possible. We need to schedule and prioritize work on recruitment as a topic for a work session. Then, in the work session, you go through the list of recruits. We know exactly how many are. There are 63. And you communicate with them as a human being, not as a list. You do one at a time. And you actually draft messages and actually send those messages to human beings. And then you actually respond to the messages that the human beings send back. Okay? So from there, it's not complicated. It's just basic foundational communications. That's all it is. Okay? So from there, if we just want to break down the overall recruitment deadlines, they're very, very simple, right? You get 3 months before 100% pay stop. So three, month three, this would be the new moon, right? Technically, it would be month 4 new moon because that's the end of month 3 of the quarter, right? Would be the deadline for the final agreement on the recruitment budget and approving them all, right? Month 3 new moon and this is going to be 100% pay stub. Month 3 for the new moon would be after 2 months, right? So I guess let's just keep it simple. So this is month 3, so the end of month 3, right? End month 3. Then you have end month 2. So at the end of month 2, you shall have posted all posts to the platforms, and start follow up communications, right? So then you have end of month 1. You have the new moon. You have drafted all posts and prepared the priorities for the recruitment round. And then at the end of the first full moon, right? So this is full moon. You're going to do the setup plan for the new recruitment round. All right. So we have done none of this, right? End of 2 weeks, right? So these are the 4 deadlines, and all the other deadlines are 50% pay stub. Right? So you have 3 50% pay stub deadlines. You get your setup, you get your posts drafted, and then you send out the posts, and then you actually follow up with everything and finalize the recruitment round. That's it. That's the whole thing. So if you're trying to figure out what the dates are very simple. You go into Moon Giant, and we can check on the date here, 2026. So it's going to be new moon, here we go, 2026. So January, it was December 20th was the beginning of the quarter. So then the full moon was January 3rd. So we should have had the plan done by January 3rd for the whole new recruitment round, but we didn't. Then you have till the next new moon, which is January 18th. Right, so January 18th would be that you would have all your posts drafted for the new recruitment round. We also missed that. So then you go to the next one, which is February 17th. So on February 17th, we're supposed to have all of the posts posted online. And then by March 19th, we should have the full recruitment round done. Right? Those are the deadlines, but we do not have to wait that long. That's just if you're really, really bad at doing the work and want to take as long as humanly possible to do it. Or we could just do the work much, much sooner and get it all done in a few weeks, or even like a week and a half, right? So maybe Flo can do a quick summary of all the deadlines, the breakdowns, and the actual work for the recruitment, because it's not complicated. Flo, can you do a summary?
Sure. The summary is that we missed the initial deadlines for the recruitment round setup, drafting posts, and posting them. The next big deadline is February 17th for posting everything online.
And
It's
the break.
final
Time to
deadline for
start.
completing the
Please
recruitment
get
round
focused
is
on the
March
session.
19th. But we don't have to wait until those dates to catch up.
On the session.
The key points are the 4 main deadlines and the fact that we can accelerate the process.
Anyways, I don't know if you want to take a break or what you want to do, but the point is that I don't know why it's so difficult for the recruitment.
I'm not saying it is difficult. Just like Lucy asked, you know, in what you said, starting with what you said we need to actually schedule to do a real work for recruitment. Then we need to go through the recruitment follow-up list, which we have done almost 80% of it. And I think the last time we communicated with people and they responded. Those that responded, I said they were still interested. We could see the
We haven't
notification on it.
communicated for months and months and months and months and months. I don't know what you're talking about.
Month to month, as in how? If the
We're
list
not
that we have here
communicating
is
with anyone. All we did is went through whether we're going to transfer them to the next recruitment round, and then we never even transferred them to the next recruitment round because we just didn't do the work. Like there's no setup for the new recruitment round, right? Let's see what this
So,
is.
so that if we agree that we are transferring them to the next recruitment, we
Yeah,
are
so
not
this is the old
communicating.
one.
We don't need to communicate with them again. We just need to send a post, draft a post, review the post, then send it to the platform that everyone belongs to, and we communicate to them then, right?
I didn't quite understand that. What was it?
What I
I
say,
don't think whether that is. I think there is a different procedures, Martin, of transferring these people to that. That is where I'm lost also as well.
okay. Because
So what?
I need to.
There is this number. There is this number 15 and 16. If we get clarity on number 15 and 16, and that is it on our note. The finalizing deadline, finalizing transfer, those two.
So what
So,
don't you understand, Martins?
just like Lucy said, I said we need to be very clear on what you're trying to say now. Like finalizing the deadline for where to start the recruitment and treat them as human beings. On the list we said we agreed to transfer every one of them to the next
Okay, but
recruitment
why
round.
are we doing the transfer?
Time to pause. Please stop.
Then
Close
you
your
complete
eyes.
the work. You don't do
Count.
the work
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
because we didn't do the work, and
No,
we
the
need to
opposite.
take them
Opposite.
because we
The
didn't
reason
treat
we're
them as
doing the
humans. We need to
transfer is the
communicate to them.
opposite. Because we're not doing the work. We're breaking policies. There's no need to ever transfer anything because we're required to do the work by the deadlines and get the work done, but we didn't do the work. So the only reason we were even talking about transferring is because we didn't do the work, not because we did do the work. Does that make sense?
Yes, so I'm now asking, by transferring, does that mean that we are starting a new round, then we draft a post, then we send those we review the post, then we send it to the platform that they belong to. That is what I mean by if you say you should transfer them. Because if you are saying transfer, do we just automatically bring them in without communicating with them?
I just don't understand what you're even talking about. So we can transfer and do whatever we want. We can post the new posts, do whatever we want. But the bottom line is that without communicating with anyone, we can't treat them like human beings. They need to be communicated with, and we're out of time on this topic.
Lucy, do you understand what G is trying to say?
Maybe Flo can try to summarize everything. I don't know.
That's a break. Then we do give up, and we can come and have more discussion.
Sure,
Because even me,
it
I'm not
sounds
that
like the
clear.
main issue is about deadlines and work completion.
I'm not
The
getting it.
reason for discussing any transfer is because the work wasn't done by the deadline. Without the work done, you can't just automatically move people without communication. So, the key point is that communication is necessary before any next steps. Let's wrap this topic so we can move on.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, if you want to do the transfer and you want to set up the new recruitment round, you can do all that. But the bottom line is that at some point, we actually need to start doing the work. Like transferring everything and setting up everything isn't actually doing the work for the recruitment and the actual communications with the recruits. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like this is the setup. Like getting organized on recruitment, understanding the work, understanding the deadlines, that is the setup. We know what we need to do. So then it's just doing the work. Right? And the work is following up, drafting and posting the posts, and then making a budget. That's it. That's the entirety of the work. I guess there's interviews as well.
Time for
We
breath.
understand that
Please
one,
stop
Jake.
and
Getting,
get
setting
ready.
up new
Now inhale.
new
1, 2,
recruitment round.
3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Can we do view up on the topic, please?
Yeah, well, shall we take a break? We already missed a break, so we've missed 2 breaks already.
Let's take a
All right, so we're gonna take a break, Flo. So we're
Andromeda.
yeah, let's go ahead and take a break.
Got it. Confirming break now. Let me know when you're ready to resume.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes. 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
All right, Flo, I'm back.
I'm back as well.
Welcome back. Let's pick up where we left off. Are we continuing with the checklist or do you have a new focus?
We are on 3.1 trying to get agreement on a view up. So I think we want to continue the view up for the recruitment. Is that what we're doing or what?
Yes.
So what is our desired outcome? Do you want to help us with the desired outcome, Flo?
To have a clarification,
Let's start by confirming the focus and desired outcome of this session. Once we have that clarified, we'll move forward step by step. Could you please share the top priorities or goals you want us to achieve by the end?
So what's the next step? I mean, for me, it's like getting the work done. This is complete waste of time if we don't actually schedule and do work on recruitment.
Got it. Recruitment work is the priority. Let's confirm the desired outcome as
Time
having
to
a
stretch.
clear recruitment
Please
plan
stop,
by session
stand
end.
up, and stretch
Next,
and move
we'll
around
set
for
a
30
timer for
seconds.
focus and keep track of progress. Let's dive in. Sure, take your time to stretch. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll continue with the plan.
Okay, let me ask just a question. That is the only question I have. I don't know whether it will look awkward to you, but it's good also to understand. By scheduling, is that mean now we are treating new recruit like a human being?
No. The only way to do that is by actually doing work. But either way, right
Because
now we're focused on the getting agreement on the topic, which we do not have agreement on. So we do not currently have agreement for the topic 2.1. So we're trying to get agreement on it. And I think you're talking about something else. But the only way to treat people like human beings is to communicate with them and follow up with them. For example, me talking to you right now is treating you like a human being because I'm communicating with you, I'm answering your questions, and I'm following up with you as opposed to ignoring you and not talking with you at all. So if you're not talking to the recruits and communicating with them regularly, you're not treating them as a human being, period. Does that not make sense?
Okay.
yeah, it makes sense.
So what do you want to do for
So what about
the topic? We need to get our desired outcome clear.
So the desired outcome, it's a spillover of what we were discussing earlier on topic 2. So I think we're trying to understand the next step is to have a draft, scheduled to have a draft post, right? We do the post, follow up,
No,
then
so
start doing the
the
interview.
next step is whether we're even talking about this at all and getting clarity on our desired outcome, right?
On va clarifier le résultat souhaité
Oh my God, Flo, you're still talking in French? What's going on?
Très bien.
We're
we
trying
need
to
to have
speak
an
in
agreement on
English.
the topic
L'objectif
matter.
souhaité.
So Flo, we're speaking in English.
Got it. We'll stick with English from now on. Let's confirm the desired outcome. You want clarity on the next step and whether we're scheduling to draft first, right? Let me know if that's correct, and we'll move forward from there.
So what do you guys mean by clarification on next step? I just don't understand it. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, didn't we just talk about next steps for the last like half hour?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Before when I was asking for the topic to do the view up, because I did not have a clear clarification. But now I'm okay because you have clarified. You need to. My focus was on line 15 on our note, finalizing the line and when to start treating recruitment as a human. But you said it should be.
Yeah, that was
You
up to
should
you guys
communicate
to
to
make
them
a
and it's
decision. You and Martins are supposed to make a decision on when you decide to start treating people like human beings. That's your choice to make. Does that not make sense? Like, you guys were supposed to choose a deadline for when you were going to do the follow-up with 63 people who need to be followed up with.
okay. That is clear to me now.
Yes, but for me, it's not clear at all until you decide to make the deadline.
Yes, it is clear now. I know. I have
So
to
that could
decide
be a
with
desired
what
outcome.
exactly.
But that
But
could be a
before I
desired
did
outcome
not know
to
it.
decide on the deadline for when you guys are going to start treating other recruits like human beings. That would be a very clear desired outcome.
So decide on the deadline. Let me write it. Decide on deadline. Okay. Let's decide on the deadline. Decide on deadline. Recruits. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Is that okay?
So Flo, it looks like we are doing our desired outcome as setting up a deadline.
Got it. Your desired outcome is to decide on the deadline for the recruitment follow-up.
Okay, so are there any objections to topic 2.1?
No objection.
Okay, so let's go into topic 2.1. What is the next checklist item, Flo? We have agreement on the topic.
Next checklist item is setting the topic timer. Are we allocating a specific amount of time to finalize the
Please
deadline
stop and
decision?
get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Okay, so we have 12 minutes, Flo. So we're doing 12 minutes. So I think we're ready to jump in.
Do we need to take indexing on 2.1?
What, Martins? Line 65.
Do we need to put indexing?
If you want to, line 65.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that right away.
But what we need to do is get focused on the topic. It's much more important.
We don't need of indexing nothing. You just need to focus on topic
Okay,
because
so
it's a continuation.
you decide on
It's a continuation.
you decide on the, you are running taxis and everything. So how do we work together to have the agreement and team to set for the deadline? You see?
You can just have a deadline the time you are available. Okay? The first thing, you are accessing the platform, which I don't.
Okay. I have
Then
only limited access to what I can do on the platform. I
okay.
can there are some I can only communicate and I can't move people from one stage to another stage. But I have access to network or Wakana, which we are also using. I don't have access to that. So we need there to be schedule for the session on that when we are working on that session on that platform so that it can help us, have access on the platform so that we can communicate with the recruit. But for now, I think the next available time that I'll be available, that would be on Saturday night or Sunday. I don't know if you're going to be available.
Okay, so my
First, we
understanding.
need to come up with the deadline.
Yeah.
Then we can
Time to pause.
have an
Please stop.
agreement where
Close
you
your eyes.
can agree.
Count. 1, 2, 3,
You need just
4,
to agree.
5. Open your eyes.
Yeah. So basically, The deadline is
Okay, guys.
based on your commitment level, how many hours you can put in per week, and how much time it will take to do the work. Because you're not committed to doing the work, you're not committed to treating people like human beings, it's never going to happen.
I can say let's give it 2 weeks or 1 week is enough. The first we give them 24 hours. Then after getting their, I don't know whether that is the step. After getting that feedback, then now I think that is whereby we take them to the next level, transferring them. Is that right, Jay? So after hearing from them, now we transfer them to the next level, to the next recruitment.
You guys are just getting so confused about, like, the only reason we're doing the transfer is because you don't do the work. Right? The transfer has nothing to do with the normal recruitment round, and I don't think you guys seem to understand that. You guys seem to think that the normal recruitment round is transferring, and it's just getting me going insane in circles, and it makes me want to stop, because you guys just obviously are not capable of doing the most simple recruitment if you don't even understand the difference between the setup and the transfer and actually doing the work. Like, I don't know how to explain
now
that
what
to you. You just don't understand.
No, Jay, please don't get upset. What after messaging them? What the next step after their responses?
But that's not an issue. The issue is that you guys are not sending them messages. Right? We actually have to send them a message, otherwise we will never, ever get a message back from them. Do you understand? So you're already skipping like 5 steps. So right now we're just trying to get a deadline, right? You haven't done this work for over a year, so if you think magically it's going to get done in a week, that's great. Let's just do it.
Oh, no, God.
Okay, let me see the calendar. I see the date.
There's 63 recruits that need to be responded to. You know, plus you need to consider the drafting of the post, the posting of the new post, and then following up with all the new people. But basically it's up to you to decide when you want to complete the work.
But I'm confused again. Because I think I was thinking I'm sending them a message, then drafting the post is different.
Take a break for 6 minutes. Take a break for 6 minutes.
What in carry on?
Okay. Looking at what they typed earlier on, he said we have 63 people on the list that we need to communicate with them one after the other. Then after that we need to get response. Then what is the content of the message? Do they wish to be transferred to the next round? Is it yes? We note their response yes, that they really want to be transferred. We give them 24 hours. After they have done that, then I think they now said that we need to draft what's it called? We need to break down the recruitment deadline, which is the first 2 weeks. That has to be the setup plan for recruitment renewal. So I don't understand the setup plan. What is the setup plan involved? Is it just by getting all the lists, putting them somewhere, creating the organizing the or what?
Lucy, do you know what setup is? Nobody here knows what setup is. We do it for every single session. We do it for every single responsibility. We do it for every single priority. We do it for every single process. We do it for every single system. We do it literally for everything. It's just setup.
Yes, setup. You have to. Okay.
Okay, I'm listening.
I know the setup.
What is the setup?
Everything you need to have the setup. You break all the information that you would like to accomplish into a topic, small, it's a small topics. You set up everything so that if you have a clear setup, you can also, you will make sure you get your work done easily. What is
Okay,
coming first all need to be done. Set up zeros, 2 point, set up like that. The
okay.
next is all need to you break
Like
down.
now, if you look at the line 55 to 59, is that part of setup on our notes?
Where
Like everything we're doing today would be considered part of setup because we're a complete joke. We're a
let me
big,
open
huge
you.
mess. We're not capable of doing anything, and so we're
My
trying to get
machine.
organized. So getting organized and setup is like the same thing. Maybe Flo can try to explain it. Flo, can you try to explain how to set up for a recruitment round?
Sure. For setting up a recruitment round, you first gather all the necessary information, like the list of
Like what?
candidates. Then you organize that list, decide on your communication process, and set clear timelines. Each step helps ensure everything runs smoothly. Once that's done, you're ready to move forward with actual outreach and follow-ups.
Does that make sense? So it's basically just getting organized for your responsibility.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I got it.
Also for this case,
Mm.
Martin, I think if we are sending the message, do we have one message or every person had their own message tailored to, or we have one message that we can send to all of them, the same message, or
There's
everybody getting the different
there's
message?
usually somewhere between 5 and 10
And
types of messages.
and what?
Okay.
Pardon, Jay, I'm not
There's
getting you.
usually somewhere between
You're
5
breaking.
to 10 different types of messages that need to be sent.
Okay.
But anyways,
Different person get a different message.
the problem is clearly not the messaging. The problem is that no one is scheduling and no one's actually doing any work and following up.
I think for the setup, I think the checklist is just first checking the list here. Setup process. We need to have a correct name for the recruitment round. Then we need to create a folder. Then the round sheet. We need to update the recruitment policy. Then have agreement on posting platform. Have agreement on communication platform. Then verify the round deadline. Update the intake form. Then update the contact list form. Is that what involves in the setup, right?
Yeah, that sounds like you're actually going to the setup list. Pretty genius. It's all
What a
pre-organized.
So I
setup.
think
It's all
so. With that,
pre-organized.
so
Like
if that
nothing
is
is there's nothing that you have to make up at all. Everything's pre-written down and you just follow the steps. And it's always been that way.
Lucy, do you get that?
I don't have problem with the setup, Martin. I don't think I have a problem with setup. I think why I hang it just like I need to schedule. I don't because I will keep going round and round. The
And
thing is,
alright,
we have
time to
the
start.
previous.
Please get focused on the session. Please get focused on the session.
We have the previous follow-up that makes us not to move forward. That's the problem. That's why we need to. That is why we stuck. We need to agree on deadline on that. Otherwise,
Maybe
we cannot move. Drafting the polls, all of this we can do, but first of all, we focus on the previous. That is where we stuck.
So I mean, I think that in our current situation, we do have these two options. We could, focus on only past follow up first, or we could also do simultaneous posting and follow up for all the new and old people at the same time. So I think there are some options there. The third option, which is obviously what I would want to focus on, is automating everything with the new platform and Amica. So If you guys are just not capable of doing the work, which is fine, we just focus on the new platform that automates it all. Right? So focusing on only the past follow-up would be option 1. I'm doing that first, what you have not been able to do. So if you do number 2, simultaneously posting and following up with all the new people and the old people simultaneously, that's going to be more than twice as much work. Right? So the question is, if you can't even do option 1 and you can't even follow up with the current list, how are you going to be able to follow up with the list that's 2 or 3 or 4 times bigger because you have all these new active recruits coming through? I don't know how you're going to do that because you can't even do the simple list of the stagnant list that's not even changing. So maybe we should look at option 3, which is just skipping all of the work entirely and just focusing on the automation and the new platform with Amica. And then that would postpone the deadlines because I just don't know what to do about this all. Because the way you guys are talking is not like a normal worker. A normal worker would be like, oh, great, boom, with deadlines in 2 weeks. Okay, great, we're going to schedule 3 times a week. And we're going to do 2 to 3 sessions in those days. And we're going to go through all the checklists. We're going to do 20 per day. And then it will be done with 60 in 3 days. And then we're going to do all the rest of the follow-up a week after that. And then you're done. Like, that's a normal worker speaking. The way you guys are speaking is like, just in circles, like you don't actually want to do it or take any responsibility.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So like, it's up to you for doing option 1 and 2 is up to you. I have nothing to do with it. I will help you do that work if you want to take responsibility with it. I am going to focus on automating and getting everything automated with Amica, AI.
Okay, let me ask this question. The other time we work on recruitment follow-up, that we were talking with the recruits, checking their messages on Upwork platform, wasn't that part of follow-up? Or are we just scratching
exactly.
the surface?
That was all part of follow-up, and you just never finished it because you were never organized. You never created a list. You never verified anyone or checked anyone off your list until after you stopped doing follow-up, right? So you just need to continue the follow-up until it's actually done and every single person is checked off the list, because that is what it means to treat them like a human being. Does that
Because
make sense?
let me be sincere. The last time we had this topic, that recruitment follow-up, I think we checked up some people off the list.
Yes, after we
able
stopped following up with them for months and months and months. So if we go back, like, I don't know, 5 months ago, you were communicating with some of the new recruits and going back and forth. But then last month when we did the actual checklist, there was no communications. Right? So we weren't able to finish anything because we weren't communicating with it. We were only checking people off the list that we knew were completed, and we weren't actually communicating with any of the ones that we know we needed to follow up on.
Okay, so we will check the people that we communicated with, that we are sure we communicated and we got their response. Then we move from there again. But now, if you check the category of the list of things or the categorization of things that we have on the follow-up list, we have double check, which was yes. Next recruitment round, yes. If you check line 22 of our notes and you check tab recruit transfer list and high priority, so we check column F and G, you will see it there. Next recruitment round 206 EX. For column G, it states double check. That means we have checked all these things. So the next step is just to take them over to the next recruitment round.
Then we have another tab.
Please stop and get ready.
Yes.
Now
So we can
inhale.
set up the
1,
next
2,
recruitment round. That's
3.
all perfectly
Exhale.
fine.
1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So we missed another break and we're out of time again. And we don't seem to be going anywhere. So the answer is yes. All of that is completely correct in relationship to breaking policy and not doing the work, which is why you have to do all that in the first place, right? So what we're focusing on now, which is the purpose of this topic, is the actual deadline for when you're going to actually do the work that you broke policy for, so that you could just transfer all of the actual work to the new recruitment round instead of doing it. So again, the way you're talking is that transferring all of the work to the new recruitment round is normal. It is not normal. It is completely against policy. We have to do like 35 hours of policy training because we're not doing anything normal. And you guys don't seem to understand that. It's not about transferring anything to the new recruitment round. You guys do that a million times over and nothing happens and you're still not treating anyone like a human being. So the question for the topic is when you're going to do the work and complete the work by. Does that make sense, Flo? I mean...
Yes, that makes sense. We need a clear deadline for completing the current follow-up work before moving to a new recruitment round.
Well, I disagree with the needing to move to a different recruitment round. We can do both at the same time or do however you want to do. I don't really care, Flo, about like what comes first. But the point is that either way, we're not treating people as human beings because we're not doing the work.
Got it. The priority is completing the follow-up work so that everyone is treated properly. We need to set that deadline and stick to it before anything else moves forward.
So we either set a deadline or we should focus on automating. Because if you guys are not committed enough to do a deadline, then clearly you don't want to do the work, and that we shouldn't be wasting our time here talking.
It's obviously clear that we are moving to automation, no doubt, because I could get the direction. That is where we are moving to. You understand? Not as if we are not working. We can actually, of course, compare the effort of human being with agents. Of course, they have a way of saying things wider than the way we say things. You understand? But however, not as if we have not been doing anything. It's just like we only need 20 to 10% to complete the whole process.
I didn't quite get that last part.
Time to pause.
You
Please
just need
stop.
10 to 20% to
Close
complete the
your
whole
eyes.
process. I mean,
Count.
it's
1,
however
2,
you want to do it.
3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Like, I'm literally here right now just to help you, Martins, and help you, Lucy, decide what you want to do for recruitment. You need to make the decision. I'm not going to make that decision for you. All I can tell you is these are the current deadlines, these are the current policies, and these are the options. You need to decide what you want to do.
Whatever I will say is not, you know, I think Martin already explained to me. My before understanding for recruitment is after doing policy, that was 30 something hours. I thought down to double check was to do now start a new round posting whereby all these now are treating like a new goes to the new recruitment round. But now I got it clearly. It's have to be focusing differently. I have to focus either only on following up or do both. It is up to all of us to decide which one is the best for organization to move forward.
Okay, so let's say we're talking about option 2, which would be focusing on the posting and simultaneously doing all the follow-up with the posting. The latest possible deadline would be March 19th. So as far as I'm concerned, anyone who wants to propose a deadline later than March 19th, I'm not interested. I'm walking away from that. Right? So March 19th means that you have no interest in in any way, even attempting to address the previous recruitment round before the current recruitment round. Do you guys even understand that, or that's just completely over your head?
It's never over our head.
So do you understand it? Can you explain it? Or do you want me to, we could ask Flo to try to summarize it?
What you said is just that anything we are doing, if it goes beyond March 19, that means we are not doing the work, we are not serious, and you are not for
No,
it.
that's not what I said.
That's
March 19th. March
You're
19th
saying
is the
that any work extending beyond March 19th is not acceptable.
okay. So basically, March 19th is the existing deadline for our regular recruitment round that happens every single quarter. Does that make sense?
okay, yeah.
So I am asking you guys,
Time
and you
to
have agreed.
stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds. Move around for 30 seconds.
All right, we're stretching. So I'm asking you guys, and you guys agreed to set a deadline for when you're going to start treating people like human beings from the previous recruitment rounds. We have 63 of them, right? So the question is, when is that going to happen? The latest that I would be willing to agree would be March 19th, and that's saying that you're just ignoring everyone from the previous recruitment round, and you have the existing deadline that you're just going to lump it all together, and you're just canceling all the other previous deadlines. So there is no new deadline. It's just canceling from before and restarting the new recruitment round with the transfer, right? So the other option would be like, okay, we didn't treat those recruits like human beings. There's 63 people who need to be followed up with. Let's set a deadline as soon as possible for when we know we can get the work done to actually treat them like human beings instead of waiting. Because it should have been done a long time ago. So we should stay on 100% pay stop now. Like for me, that's the best option, is saying like, hey, there is no payment until we complete the work, right? So the options on the deadline are, before we're past deadline, that's where I would vote. We could do 1 week, we could do 2 weeks, we could do a month, right? Or we could do March 19th, which is the next recruitment round deadline. Right? So for me, I vote for before past deadline, that no one should be getting paid until we start treating people like human beings.
Jay, let me say this before we move forward, or we are stepping up with this deadline. It's obviously clear that the direction is to move towards automation. Instead of overstressing ourselves, let's move to automation, because we've done 30 hours policy, which I think was just to help us to skip a step forward, by just transferring. But obviously, we need to go back again after doing that policy. So I think we just need to agree to move to option 3, which is automating everything, and that will solve the problem. Let's work with Anika to have a new platform for recruitment.
Obviously, I'm perfectly fine with that, and so that would just mean that we're not going to do any follow-up. But what does Lucy? What do you want to do? Lucy, are you there?
You did lose her? Let me check on her.
Yes, my net is breaking. I just
Time
getting
to
very
pause.
far.
Please stop and close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So Lucy, maybe Flo can repeat the proposal from Martins. If you want to hear the proposal again from Flo about doing option 3.
Sure. The proposal is to move towards full automation for the recruitment process. The idea is to work with Omeka to develop a new platform that can handle everything automatically, reducing stress and ensuring better follow-up with recruits. The goal is to eliminate the manual backlog and improve the overall process by relying on automated systems. That's the core of the option 3 proposal.
Yes, and the bottom line
Oh,
is that
if that is going to be, if automation is going to help us get out of this all back and forth, I think it's better because we are going. Yes, ask many questions. I'm left hanging. If I keep on repeating, it's like the same thing. You need to schedule. You need to agree on this. If automation can solve the problem of recruitment for the organization forever, that is good.
Yeah, so that is better because I wouldn't want a situation whereby I did policy training of over 30 hours and I'm still going back to the same policy I said we skipped. So no, it's against my own personal policy. We are moving to automation. Period.
well, I am perfectly fine with that. Like, so we already have a proposal that if we start a new platform, that the platform cancels all the deadlines and then we're good to go. So I would say we just do a new topic on setting up the new platform.
So that would be better. Yeah, I think that's better. Let's just do a new topic, then we round it up by at the top of the hour.
Or
Because
we
I need to
can
get
just go ahead and check out. I mean, we're really late, and
let's
we're over 2 hours now, right? So maybe we could just check out and do this in the next session, and we can schedule a time to do it. But I'm also down to do one more topic. We could do like a quick topic 3 on just new platform setup, 12 minutes. And this would be
yeah,
to organize everything for how to do the new platform for recruitment slash code.
that would be better.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax. Relax.
Okay, so are we all in agreement on the next topic?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, Flo. So we have agreement on the next topic to talk about the automated platform.
can we take a 2 minute
Right.
break?
We've set the focus on the automated platform for recruitment.
Yes.
Let's set a quick timer for 12 minutes. What's the desired outcome for this discussion?
I mean, we can't take a break, but we really need to stop. Like, so if we really want to take a break now, maybe we should just wrap up and stop and not continue because it's just we're going over time.
Yeah, I think that would be better. Maybe we stop. We can let's stop and
So I mean,
we can
the
come.
bottom line for the new platform is very simple. We just need to schedule and focus on doing the work. So it's kind of like a VA session, but we can discuss it. I think overall, this platform will oversee all of the training, all of the recruitment, and the coordination of the work. In essence, like the deadlines and like the actual work. And the other option that we need to consider is that we are going to have like a contributors module. So there is a module in Regen for contributors related to recruitment, but it also can be recruiting advisors, recruiting all different types of contributors supporting us. So I feel like see, it says time and contributors, volunteering, advising, recruitment, right? So, we can discuss like what it would mean to do like the full platform versus just a module. So full platform versus just the module. or both, right? So does that
Where are
make
you
sense?
typing?
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Where are you typing it?
Your eyes.
I don't know.
Where are
Anyway,
you
so
typing?
does that make sense? So if we schedule to work on it, the first thing to figure out is what are we actually building and what are we going to do with it and how is it going to work and what are the goals and everything. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Because we can make a very simplified version as a module of regen, right? Because part of revenue generation is understanding that you know resources like resource generation and revenue generation, that resources are not just money, it also includes time and contributions. So getting volunteers, getting advisors, getting recruits into the organization is part of our assets and our value related to resources, right? So we can do a very simplified version of the regen. This has not been created yet, as opposed to doing the full entire platform, right? So I
Okay.
think it could be
Yeah.
pretty good to just do a simple model. Like if we just go to about, let's see if we have, I think we have to go to the home page and click on team, no, communications, recruiting. Attract top talent to your team, create job listings, manage applications, and build your dream team. Right? So that is the module that we could create. And then creating the module is obviously much simpler than creating the full platform, but it's obviously going to do much less. So it probably would not coordinate deadlines. It's not going to do training, but it's probably not going to, directly connect to Workana or Upwork. So it would be more manual, but it would still organize our lists, keep clear on next steps, and allow for direct engagement of the new recruits through the recruitment process, right? So I think that this could be good if we want to do this,
Okay.
as a module, and it'll be obviously much simpler than doing the full platform, but it's not going to be as
Please
automated.
stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
Anyway, so any other next steps? And we have all the hours here.
It's fine.
Perfect. I think Flo has been here more or less the whole time. Cool.
Yes,
So
I've been here the
Okay.
whole time. Would you like me to confirm the hours tracking or focus on next steps?
all right. So overall, I think we are good. Actually, Flo, could you give us a list of all the next steps that we need to do out of this meeting?
Sure. Based on the discussion, the next steps would be 1. Decide if you want to move forward with the simplified module or the full platform. 2. Outline the specific functionality the module will include, such as organizing lists and facilitating direct engagement. 3. Identify what manual processes are.
All right, so that sounds good, Flo. So obviously, we also need to work on the taxes, and really, it all comes down to scheduling for the recruitment and the taxes, for the recruitment module and the taxes work.
Okay.
Got it. Next step
Okay,
is scheduling for
the
both
next
the
step
recruitment
is
module
to
and the
also
taxes. We need to map
schedule
out a timeline
tomorrow
for those priorities.
Andromeda for
Should we lock in specific
franchise
dates now,
taxes
or do you want to review some options first?
verification to see. Yeah.
Oh yeah, whenever you want to, Lucy, it's fine with me to do some work on the taxes, and we can get all these payments done. And
Okay. I think we are ready to check out. Any other thing?
Also, let's check out this. So, Martin, 5.5. At least
Okay.
we finally have an agreement to move to automation, and let's just hope we get it right this time around with the automation. Check.
okay, so the main question for checkouts is what you're going to be working on moving forward.
So I'll be working, scheduling the day to work on the automation for the platform, recruitment platform, and see if I can check on Jay what is working on, and to see that everything will fully happen starting from Saturday or Monday, Saturday or Sunday.
Right.
Check.
Okay. Jay?
All right, I can check out. I would give this session a 6.5. We missed a lot of breaks, but we definitely spent a lot of time talking on recruitment when really we just should have made clear that no one really wants to take responsibility, and so we could have saved all that time if we knew no one wanted to take responsibility from the very beginning. So, but anyways, I think getting the automated recruitment system set up will be very, very helpful for us. The module is not going to do that much, but it will at least organize the list, show exactly what needs to be done for each new recruit. It will show exactly how to communicate with them and what needs to be said. So all of that will be very helpful for us. But the full platform eventually will basically automate everything. So we'll see how that goes. We also can connect Amica to the recruitment module. So Amica will be fully functional in the module without the full platform. So that's not, we don't need to do the full platform for that. Also, today was amazing with Flow. I mean, Flow did excellent. I beyond expectations for functionality. I think this is one of the better Flow sessions that we've ever had. So that's really, really good. I'll also be working on assets and multimedia, and I'll be working on tokens for Activity and try to get the Activity launch going, and lots more.
That's clear. Thank you for the feedback. I'll keep that in mind moving forward.
Cool. So yeah, so lots of other things going on. So maybe Flo can check out next. Flo, do you want to give us a number from 1 to 9 on how the session went for you and what you're going to be working on between now and next week?
I'd give the session a 7. The discussions were productive, but we can improve efficiency. I'll be focusing on refining session flow, ensuring each checklist step is smoother, and helping with automation discussions. Looking forward to next time.
And it's 4 o'clock. Time to start. Please get focused on the session. On the session.
I'm checking in. I'm giving the session 7. For me, I feel good. I've been missing you guys, having this back and forth, talking, working together actually. So I'm happy to be here today. I'm going to work on taxes. And also, if I have time, I will schedule to work on recruitment to help on platform.
What was your number again?
7.
Okay. All right. So
I give the session 7. It was a good session.
I think that's it. I think we are done.
Yeah. So before you go, I want to quickly ask this question. If we do automation, the payment, the contract, the subcontract that is created for us to complete recruitment, are we going to get paid for it?
I don't understand. What is it? I guess basically we're saying that the recruitment work that we're doing is just automating and setting up, for example, the recruitment module, and then doing the recruitment work on the module.
So, you know, we set $100 payment for it if it is completed.
Yeah, but we still
Now
have to
that we are
complete the work. The platform itself and the module isn't completing the work.
I
But
don't
I'm not
understand.
against saying that we can do like whatever the module, like $4 for completing the module. It's fine.
Sorry, can you be clear about that? I didn't get that part very well.
The module is not going to do the recruitment work. The recruitment work still has to get done. It's just going to be infinitely easier once we have the module. But we don't know what will be automated and what will be manual yet until we finish it. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So there's no way that all of the manual work, like everything that we build for every single module, every single platform, the entire model we're doing for AI is a collaborative human AI model. So nothing is completely automated that we're doing. There's always a human component and always a manual component. The question is, what is that going to look like for the new recruitment process? And we won't know that until we finish the platform and finish the and or the module, right? Does that make sense? And
So as long
obviously the
as we
module,
so that we
Please
can
stop.
see
Close
values
your
and
eyes.
everything.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
the module is going to be much, much more manual than the full platform.
Okay.
I think Martin is asking about the value. If the value is going to remain the way it was set, because he's if I understand him, he said about the agent construct that you assign everybody. So is it still going to get that amount that assigned in that contract?
So all of the value for, I'm going to go back to wrap up, all right, and write this all down. So I'm on line 65. All of the value.
Is that correct, Martin?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
So
thank you.
recruitment value. So all of the recruitment value and all the recruitment deadlines. So all recruitment value and all recruitment deadlines stay the same, except you guys are refusing to set up a deadline for actually doing the follow-up, right? For the previous follow-up. So we have all of the new recruitment deadlines, and all of those stay the same, and all the value stays the same. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense or not? Because I need to continue.
That meaning that yes, yes.
Okay,
That
so whatever
on
we agreed to
the-
before is the same. So then we're
should
adding
also
to that. So we're adding additional value. So the additional value is, I believe it's $4 for the module. So this would be the recruitment module would be like $4. Plus we could do Amica setup or updating would be an additional $4. So basically these are related to recruitment. The recruitment platform itself would be additional $4, but obviously this would all go up if we completed the new contract. So if we want to do the new contract, we can get a lot more money than $4. But we could say that this is all added to the value for an additional $16 of value for the module and all the AI scheduling. In the new contract, if we want to do that, this would be a new contract for SBLC. SBLC is all I mean, we already did like 80% of it. We just didn't finish it. So if we want to do all that, we can.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So my understanding is like all of this was on Balos already. So if we go in here and we say, right here, guaranteed payment, $2 for recruitment deliverables, $6 on time, but it doesn't say total number of recruitment value to be done. So anyways, we're saying that there's additional SBLC value, right? So we're saying like additional $4 per assigned work deliverable for
assigned work.
SBLC. Does that make sense? For automating, right? For automating the recruitment process. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So you're getting paid to automate the recruitment process, but then you also get
Yes.
paid to actually complete the recruitment process. Does that you get it?
No, I'm getting something, Martin. We are not skipping from the work that following up. No matter how much we have the platform, we are going back to where we left. Wow. Okay.
I didn't
When
understand,
we
Lucy.
have the recruitment platform, it's going to solve everything.
Well, it'll
But
help
now
us.
I get the clear picture.
Yeah, but bottom line, it just postpones the deadline. It doesn't get rid of the deadlines. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
And it doesn't get rid of the work. It just postpones the work
Yeah.
because we still need to
Martin,
do all the recruitment work. We're
like-
just gonna use the automated system once it's set up to do the work.
Lucy, what is it? You want to say something?
I understand these things. No matter how much you want to get into automated, it doesn't solve our issues. Yes, we are still going back to where we left. We just postpone those deadline, but we still go back to do the follow up.
Okay.
The one we left is not going to cancel. To me, I was thinking when we come up with platform will do for us everything, but it's that different. It's still
Time
can't
to
have
pause.
another discussion.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So my understanding is that the time and contribution module, I mean, basically this is the contributions module of volunteering, advising, recruitment, anything that involves bringing people in to contribute, right? So we're using it for recruitment, but basically it's very similar to client closing. You could also use it for client closing, but client closing is different than recruitment, but they're similar, right? The only difference is that at the end of the client closing, the client pays us. And for recruitment, you have the same thing where you get a contract, right? So for the client closing, you have a contract where the client pays us. For the contributions of recruitment, you have a contract where we pay the worker. Does that make sense? So these two are very similar. So the client closing module will be very similar, where instead of adding clients, you're adding recruits or potential advisors or other potential things, and you're going through a process that you're setting up for each recruit and then following up with them. But it will integrate Amica and it'll integrate all the communication. So it might not be able to click a button to send the communication unless it's email. We could integrate email. But if it is, if it just has the communication where you just copy, this is what you need to say, you copy and you paste that, and then it's done, it'll be very, very simple to move forward with the recruitment very quickly. Okay, that makes sense?
Okay.
So the client closing and the recruitment are going to be very similar. They're just have very different outcomes, right? And like the client closing, once you add a client, whatever. Well, once you add the client, it basically allows you to like do the invoicing and do all these different things, right? That obviously is going to be different for the recruitment. None of that would exist, right? So it's going to have very different actions that you're taking for the communications. But anyways, I think that doing the contributions module is going to be a lot faster and easier than trying to do the
Is
full
the
recruitment
platform
platform.
going to do the
What, Lucy?
need a human being to? Is the platform going to do the follow-up? Are we still going to have that
Time to
responsibility of
stretch.
follow-up?
Please stop.
Or
Stand
that is
up
going to be
and
done by
stretch
the
and move
platform?
around for 30 seconds.
Stand up and stretch and move.
Yes, we're still going to have to verify all of the follow-up. It is very, very important to do that. So the platform might be able to automate, for example, editing and drafting the email, but then you have to actually send the email and then verify that they received it, and then you make sure that we know when they're communicating with us. Also, I don't believe that we'll be able to very easily integrate like Workana and Upwork. I feel like in the future we will be able to do that. So eventually we could have it fully automated, right? But even then we still have to do like, check in with them in interviews and the voting. I mean, the humans are an integral part of the entire recruitment process, right? But for now, I think it's going to be almost impossible to integrate Upwork and or Workana. So we can do a quick search like, does Workana or Upwork have a API integration? And the answer is probably no. Oh, look, Upwork offers public API for developers to integrate with the platform. The API serves recent graphic endpoints, enabling automation and workflows such as retrieving job postings, managing contracts, sending messages. Huh. Well, look at that. It looks like Upwork does have an API. Workana does not have an API. So we actually might be able to connect Upwork directly with the AI.
And that will be good.
Yeah. So, Flo, I don't know if you can summarize all of that, but it looks like we have a pretty good plan. So whether we do that for the module or whether we do that for the full platform.
Sure. To sum up, Upwork indeed has an API that allows integration for automating tasks like retrieving job listings or managing contracts. Workana, on the other hand, doesn't currently offer an API. So we could potentially automate parts of the process with Upwork, but for Workana, we'd still have to rely on manual steps. That's the main point. Let me know if you want any more details on that.
Well, I was curious, Flo, are you able to summarize the messages from before that when we were talking about just general recruitment and the value?
Sure. Earlier, you were discussing how recruitment processes rely heavily on human involvement, especially for interviews and voting. You also mentioned that while some tasks could be automated in the future, the human element remains integral. The conversation then shifted to how certain platforms might have automation potential, but we're not quite there yet for full integration. That's the general summary of what was discussed.
Cool. All right. So I think that we're all looking good. Let's see if there's any way. Connected services. You have no connected services yet. How do you connect the services? Financial account membership. I don't see any
Oh, I
way
also
to create
forget
an exact.
I'm going to work on planetary session. I'm sending the update tomorrow.
Yeah. So overall, we might be able to integrate Upwork with our AI, but I don't know how exactly that's going to work. Anyway, so are we all done?
Yeah, we are done. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I will talk to you on PEP and
Okay.
the other thing. Then I'm going to work on doing the summary as well.
Okay, cool. Bye.
All right, ciao.
Recording has stopped.
All right, Flo. So it looks like we're all done, but we're going to do some practices on the full transcript and summary and see how that works.
Got it. We'll focus on practicing the full transcript and summary process. Let me know when you're ready to start.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax. pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.